I want to thank an all-powerful and mighty God for the chance that He has given us to be a part of this endeavor here in Iowa. It's been a phenomenal experience. I want to thank my wife and my family. I want to congratulate my friend, Senator Ted Cruz. He worked really hard here in Iowa, and he earned his victory tonight. I want to thank another good friend of mine, Governor Mike Huckabee, for his service to our country, to the state of Arkansas. He has announced tonight that he is suspending his campaign. We have tremendous admiration for Governor Huckabee, and we thank him for all he's done. Two centuries ago, an extraordinary generation living in one place at one time here in America, colonists of an English colony, declared their independence from the most powerful empire in the world. They did it with the powerful words and principle that our rights come from our Creator. They do not come from our government. And over the rest is a two-century history of the most extraordinary nation in the history of mankind. I know America is special because I was raised by people that knew what life was like outside of America. I was raised by people who came to this country with nothing. They barely spoke English at the time. They had no money. My father stopped going to school when he was 9 years old. He had to go work. He would never go back to school. He would work for the next 70 years of his life. When my parents arrived here in this country, they struggled. They were discouraged, but they persevered. Less than a decade after they arrived here with nothing, my father, a bartender on Miami Beach, they owned a home. Not a mansion, but a safe and stable home in a safe and stable neighborhood. Decades later, they would retire with dignity and with security. And the most important thing of all for them, they left all four of their children with a life better than their own. This was the purpose of my parents' life. To give their kids, us, the chance to do all the things they never could. That's not just my story. That's our story. That's America's story. That's the story of your parents. You know the stories of your parents who sacrificed and gave up so much so you could be what they could not. It's the stories of those parents today who are doing the same for their children. It is this that makes America special. And it is this what we fight now to preserve. This is the kind of country that I want to leave for my children. This is the kind of country your children deserve to inherit as well. And this is what we must now decide, whether we will remain that kind of country or whether we will be the first generation to lose it. It's an important choice, and one that each generation before us has had to make. For America is not a special country by accident. America is a great nation because each generation before us did their part. Each generation before us sacrificed. They confronted their challenges. They embraced their opportunities. And for over 2 centuries, each generation has left the next better off than themselves. Now the time has come for us to do the same. Now the moment has arrived for this generation of Americans to rise up to the calling of our heritage. Now the time has come for us to take our place and do what we must. And when I'm elected president of these great United States, we will do our part. When I